Like, she made every excuse. This man put a bet on your virginity. Showed the bloody sheets, y'all. He showed the bloody sheets. He showed the bloody sheets. Ma'am, are you listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth? He showed your bloody sheets. Put a bet on your coochie. And you still making excuses. And that was from the first book. We got 5, 6 books of this series. This is from the first one. Why is there 6 books after this? Why? What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel if you're a returning subscriber. And if you're new, what's up? In today's video, as you saw from the title of the video and the thumbnail, your girl is coming back with another part of reading reviews off of Goodreads, but this time I decided to read 5-star reviews on my 1-star reads. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm also gonna give you guys a heads up. I kind of have like 2 books in here that I DNF just because for me, y'all already know your girl is a DNF queen, so when I don't like a book, I just stop reading it. So a lot of times, I don't really have a lot of low-rated reads because I don't finish them. Well, at least as of right now. I do have one book when I used to read, like, way back in the day, like my earlier years of college, like freshman and stuff. I would still stick it out just to try to see if it would get better. And then it didn't, and then I gave it a low rating. But I do have a book or 2 on here. Well, actually, the one book that I'm talking about that I have a DNF of, I DNF'd the last book of the series. But I did read the first book, actually, that I have over here in this corner. But yeah, so in this video, again, I'm going to be reading 5-star reviews off of my 1-star read. And so, yeah. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. So the first book that I'm going to be doing a review is going to be A Nearly Normal Family by M.T. Everson. I'm not going to lie, I read this like again earlier freshman year of college. It just says an 18-year-old Stella Sandel stands accused of a brutal murder of a man almost 15 years her senior. She is an ordinary teenager from an upstanding local family. What reason could she have to know a shady businessman, let alone to kill him? Stella's father, a pastor, and mother, a criminal defense attorney, find their moral compass tested as they defend their daughter while struggling to understand why she is a suspect. Told in an unusual 3-part structure, A Nearly Normal Family asks the question, how well do you know your own children, and how far would you go to protect them? Okay, so yeah, I read this a long time ago. I thought it was going to be good. Honestly, I don't even remember what happened at the end or nothing like that, so it wasn't obviously good for me to not even remember. But yeah, I really didn't care too much about it. I think it was a lot of lackluster. I think it was, also I feel like this was probably popular back in the day, and that's why I picked it up, just because I heard so many like good things about it, and then I read it for myself and I just could care less about it. Actually, when I do an unhaul for books on my bookshelf, this will be one of them. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to see if I can find it on Goodreads and read some of some of the 5-star reviews. Okay, so I'm here on the page right here, and it says A Nearly Normal Family has 3.84 rating. So I mean, it's not bad, but it's okay. Let me go ahead and click 5-star. Actually, what's crazy is that this book doesn't have a lot of 5 stars. It has more 4 stars than 5. But yeah, let's see. Okay, it says, here's one right here. It says, A Nearly Normal Family by M.T. Everson is a legal thriller with a difference. It involves a Swedish family, the father who is a pastor, the mother who is a criminal defense attorney, and an 18-year-old daughter, Stella. Life as they know it suddenly becomes a nightmare when Stella is arrested and jailed for allegedly committing a horrific crime. The author divides the novel into 3 parts as each family member describes the events leading up to the arrest, giving the reader 3 point of views to help solve the mystery. First of all, she just pretty much summarized the whole damn story. She didn't really give us like why you liked it. You just reviewed the whole synopsis. So yes and no. Okay, let me see if I can do this one. It says, wow, I've heard so much about this book, mostly good. I fear that it would not live up to the hype. I I need not have worried. I absolutely love this book. It was very clever, different, and so well written. I could imagine watching this as a miniseries on Netflix. I was sucked into the plot from the get-go, and right until the last word I was invested. The characters were real, flawed, emotional, and believable. It was a quick read, and I seriously did not want to stop reading. So be warned, once you pick this book up, make sure you have plenty of time to read. This is the story of a normal family, and pretty much she goes into the synopsis. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't even mind, even though I didn't really enjoy the book, I wouldn't mind this becoming like a Netflix series, because I mean, like I said, it has it split into 3 point of views from the mom, the dad, and the girl. So I mean, it definitely could probably be a hit off of Netflix, but as far as like just reading it itself, it was not that entertaining. Sorry if you guys hear noise in the background, somebody's in the kitchen. But yeah, it could definitely hit off as like a Netflix series, but as a book, I don't know. I think I got kind of confused at the end as to like what was going on between the daughter and the whole businessman, and then she had a friend too that was involved in some of the stuff too that was like supposed to be a good girl and all that stuff, and I think it had something to do with like the friend was the one who had something to do with the businessman, not the actual girl if I'm not mistaken. But again, that was a long time ago that I read this, so I really don't remember. Okay, this is another person. This is probably gonna be my last review because I feel like I'm reading a couple of these and they really just over here reading this synopsis of the story. They really not saying what they really like about it. But last one says, exceptional thriller, intelligent and riveting, 1 murder, 3 family members telling the story. Who do you believe? I loved it. Yeah, did y'all love it, or y'all just reading the synopsis to everybody about what the story's about and it's like, I love it. Like nobody can really tell me like what did you like, the characters, like who, other than that comment I read just before this one, nobody really said anything is like what they like. They just keep reiterating the synopsis of the story. Like usually if you like something, you tell us the characters or who you like, you know, you just give a little bit more information other than just reiterating the synopsis to people on why you like it. But yeah, I don't even know that y'all really like it because y'all low-key ain't giving me nothing in these comments. But yeah, that's a nearly normal family. Okay, I remember I told you guys that I actually had 2 books. One book that I ended up DNFing the last book of the series, and then I have one that is a DNF. I actually have 2 books that are a DNF, and then that 3rd book that is the last book in the series I DNF. So this book I actually did DNF because I watched the movie first, and then I decided to get the book just to see how well it would come, you know, be. And I mean, the movie itself is pretty crazy. I'm not going to cap. So I decided to see the book just to see how even more crazy it would be. And let me just stop talking.
Oh my god.
Yes, I did in fact get 365 Days by Blanca Lipinska. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not. I don't even think I need to read a synopsis. I don't need to read the synopsis of this. You guys should know, at least from the movie, what this book is about. Well, first I have to say this, that they did have to translate this book to English. So I think that was first off one of the reasons why I just didn't care to finish this book, is because I felt like the translation to English was not all that good, not all that well done, to be honest, to where it made sense to me. Okay, and on the Goodreads app, it's showing that this book has 3.33 stars. This does have quite a bit of 5 stars though, shockingly, but it does also have quite a bit of 1 stars as well. Okay, let me read this one. It says, love this book definitely. Had the 50 Shades vibe, but I enjoyed it. It is not in a cliffhanger, so I'm excited to read the next book in the series. See, here's my thing. Okay, well, this person is commenting on the book as like in his original translation. So it's not the English version. See, let me tell y'all something. Your girl love her some 50 Shades. The book, the movie is just, I ain't gonna cap, the movie is like a guilty pleasure for me. Like, it's bad, but I keep watching it because it's bad, but I don't understand why I keep watching it even though it's bad. It's just a guilty pleasure of mine. I'm watching the 50 Shades series, and I read the book, and I enjoyed the book. I don't care. I did. Like, that's I feel like everybody who goes down that road of reading erotic books, they always start off with reading 50 Shades, and best believe I have 50 Shades. I even have the other one. I guess this is from Christian's point of view. But anyways, yeah, I like 50 Shades, but I don't know if I would compare it to this, because baby, again, reading it from the English translation, it was just not giving. It was, everything really happened so fast. I realized reading this and then seeing the movie first and then reading this, that they really started off the movie exactly like the book. Like, it was just a no for me. Okay, let me see this comment. See, these comments are not that long. I don't know why some of these other books be so long, but this book, the comments aren't crazy. But this one says, alrighty, my smutty book friends, buckle up, because I'm going to give you the down and dirty Google snort. Have I already seen the movie? Yes. Did I want to read this book? Read this because of Netflix? Double yes. Is it a masterpiece of literature? No. Okay. Will I still read while having a fan handy? Yes. Okay, see, before I even continue reading what she's saying, that's how I feel about like any smut book, period. Even with 50 Shades, because I see so many videos on YouTube of people talking about how they don't like 50 Shades and how just like it's really not that good. Listen, I'm not saying that it's the best literature, top tier, everyone has to read this. Like, what is literature? 50 Shades of Grey? No, that's not what. No. I would never say that, because it's not. But it's just one of those things where it's like a guilty pleasure. Like, you know it's not good, but it's not the worst thing I've read or saw in my life. And it is quite entertaining. So it's like, why not? You feel me? Like, that's how I feel. So I feel her in this comment, the first part of the comment, where she's saying it's like, is it a masterpiece of literature? No, not by any means, but it is. I mean, it gives what it needs to be giving. Let me just say that, okay? Okay, so the next part in her comment, she says, it's what I call a candy type of reading. Fun, a little bad for you, and just yummy goodness. Sometimes a girl needs a little something to sink her teeth into. Releasing in the US February 2nd, English. Okay, so I agree with her. I like her comment. Now, again, because I didn't finish this, she's saying that, you know, it's giving every, and I could believe it, because the movie was spicy. I ain't gonna cap. I believe it, but it's just, it was something about it. I just could not finish this. Maybe I went into it with a little bit of too many hopes of it being something quite similar to like 50 Shades, and it just really wasn't. It just wasn't giving, I felt like, in a way, for me. Okay, this is gonna be the last comment, but this person says, this book is not for everyone, so all the book snobs should just stay clear of it. This author must hold 100 women and put all of their fantasies in one book. It's got everything. A filthy, rich, hot Italian who happens to be the head of a Sicilian mob, yachts, fast sports cars, danger, and a plethora of hot sex. The book are polished, and I believe they're a trilogy with only 365 days having been translated to English. I would definitely read the other two when they come out. Just read it. You know you want to. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's making me feel like maybe I just need to get back into it and try it again. I don't know. Based off these comments, because again, I have been looking for me a good little smut book. I ain't gonna cap. I'm trying to go back to my roots, because my roots was really reading smut. Like, again, my whole entire shelf that I have filled of one genre is my erotic smut series, like 50 Shades, the Bear It To You series, the Crossfire series is really what it's called. Just all these books you won't see. Well, all these books right here, like, these are all my smut / erotic books. I have like a full shelf of those. So I was looking at some like on my Kindle and stuff, just trying to see, can I get back into it, you know? So maybe I need to get back into this, and I'll probably come back and, you know, change my rating. Well, it's no rating really, this is a DNF, but we'll see. Alrighty, next book that I have is going to be none other than November 9 by Colleen Hoover. I did read this. I had a whole reading vlog of this, so if you guys want to check it out, I'll link it up in the cards above. I rated this like 2 stars, I believe, and I even did the tabs and everything for it. I just didn't like the ending. I ain't gonna cap. Was I entertained? Yes, the entire time. This was also my very first book from Colleen Hoover. Let's just get to the comments. But on Goodreads, overall rating is 4.2 stars. it does have quite a few 5 stars. I'm excited for this because I'm trying to see what's going on with y'all as far as like giving us a 5-star read. Okay, she looked like she got some details in here, so this is the first comment. It says 2 words, absolutely brilliant. Okay, I'm amazed at Coho's ability to deliver a unique story with each and every one of her books. After I was done with November 9, I spent a good hour or 2 discussing it with Kara. There's so much I want to say about it, but really you can only do that with people who have read the book, so not to ruin the story for others. One thing that surprised me was when a certain couple made a cameo. It put a smile on my face. I'm so used to Coho not following book trends that it was pleasant surprise to see the crossover. Coho's men have a way of getting me worked up and not in a good way. It started with her first book, Slammed, and has continued on in her other books. While they make me want to smash my Kindle against a wall, they also make me appreciate the realness of the situation. Coho's love stories, that's where I have to stop. Coho's love stories. This was a love story to you guys? I mean, they only knew each other for, let's be honest, the entirety of the book, because they only met once every month. Was probably 24 hours if we really calculate all the hours they've been together. But then all the years is pretty much 24 hours. I mean, how much did you really know of each other? Not really, not a lot. I don't know about love. Listen, I read romance was probably my top genre of books, and Again, I gave this a 2 rating stars because it wasn't really a romance story, to be truly honest. It was giving very much pick me. It just was not giving what it needed to be giving for it to be romance. I'm sorry. So, hey, to each his own. It says, Coho's love stories are guaranteed to have the ability to provoke strong emotions in the reader. My favorite aspect of the story is how the book flowed so well together. Even though the story took place over a large time span, the story didn't have any mundane lulls filled with everyday stuff. It helped me captivate from the opening scene until the very end. Now, I won't cap. Did she keep me into the book the entirety of the book? Yes. I will not cap on that. It was very entertaining. The love story thing, I don't agree with. Okay, so here's another review. It says, I was worried this was going to be too similar to the book One Day, and I am so happy to say that this isn't even close. It's better, LOL. This is an entirely different story, one that feels earnest and endearing. I have no idea how Coho is able to so deeply capture the growth of 2 separate people with mere glimpses of the same day every year. Now, as far as Fallon, I mean, I can kind of see the growth a little bit of her, but Ben grow over years, I mean,
debatable, honestly.
Debatable for really both of them, to be honest, as far as growth goes. Okay, I had no idea captured growth of 2 separate people with mirror glimpses of the same day every year. My heart ached, yearned, and beat with so much joy. This is truly remarkable storytelling and proof that Coho is a romantic genius. In case I haven't told you that enough already, romantic genius.
Drake. Drake.
Ooh, baby, it's a no for me. Not no romantic genius. Not with Fallon pretty much coming at the end of the book talking about it was me, not you. As if this man didn't set her whole house on fire and then didn't even have the balls to tell her, but wrote it in a story that she had to find. He didn't confess to her. She had to find the book in the closet, read it. And it just like that whole ending of the book was like a no for me. And then to get matching tattoos of the same like symbolism he got for like his mom and all that crap, and just the way she really played the whole like you're the victim, not me. I should have just listened to you. Bitch, that ain't nothing romantic about that. Oh no, she is no romantic genius, not from this book. Now, I haven't read her other books. I do have 2 other books of hers on my shelf. But this one, it's gonna be a no. This is not no romantic genius, baby. Hold on, let's not get too crazy here. But this is another one. It says, "What's this? A romance novel that has actually shocked me. Dare I admit it, it made me even cry." I didn't read the synopsis for this before checking it out of the library, I admit. Wait, excuse me, of the library. I'll admit, I'm pretty sure at the point where I will try any Colleen Hoover novel that isn't strictly YA solely because of her hype. So I was pleasantly surprised when I quickly became attached to the story. I love the concept of them only meeting once a year for 5 years. I love the confidence that Ben gave Fallon. See, now, let's talk about that. The way he went about it was really toxic as F. Let's really talk about it. It was really toxic, you guys. But let's not... I would never forget that scene. What was it and they was in the closet and she was trying on the dress. She didn't want to try on this dress, or she didn't want to wear it because it showed too much of her skin. And he was like, "You need to wear it because I'm paying and I want to look at you look good." Some shit like that. Like,
Boy, if you don't...
Y'all find that romantic? For a man you just met that first day? Like, I can see it as far like a kidding little thing for somebody you known for some years. You feel me? You just met him that day. You just met him. First of all, he's at your place and you just met him. He was a stranger. And you invited him to the place that you was living at that time. Even though you was moving away that very same day, nonetheless, you just met the stranger and you invited him to your place. That's already a red flag there, because... Not only that a red flag, but before that you had to get there and you took a taxi to the cafe to meet your dad. So you got into a car with a stranger you met that very same day to go to the place that you was laying your head at the very same day. Ma'am, y'all need to stop playing. I know y'all lying. Who doing that? Y'all telling me right now y'all getting in cars with people y'all just met the very same day to take y'all back to y'all place where y'all lay y'all head at the very same day? You lying. And you know you lying. You better not be doing that, because that don't make any type of sense. So, and then talk about the confidence. He really kind of like made her feel shitty about her being insecure about how her, her skin was, because she was burned. She was a burn victim. But it's like, bitch, you made her that way. You did. And then you're like, was it really you trying to give her confidence, or was it you trying to make yourself feel less guilty for you being the reason why she has burns in the first place? Like, let's really dissect that. Which one is it really? Let's really okay. Anyways, I practically smiled like a giddy schoolgirl throughout the first 200-ish pages. Everything about it was absolutely adorable. It says, "So here I am, blissfully swooning through the entire novel, and then all of a sudden, bam, a huge plot twist comes out of nowhere and knocks me straight into my ass. I went from floating on a cloud to being on a dark, bottomless pit, and I loved every second of it. The emotions in this novel were so raw, so real. I felt the love, I felt the heartbreak, I felt the regret, I felt everything. This is the coho that nearly every single person is hyping up. This is the coho I've been waiting for." Again, everybody has their own opinions on books. I can't, we all have our own opinions. I mean, okay, I'm done reading the coho. We done. We done with her. Yeah. We done. The next one, I DNF'd, you guys know this. Love Hypothesis. This is also in a video if you guys want to check it out. You see in the cards up above. Yeah, I did not finish this because it was cringy. It was annoying. Her constantly talking about how big he was for like the 15 million times really like got on my nerves, and I was just like, ma'am, please shut up. Please shut up. So yeah, the Love Hypothesis, it has 4.22 stars. Has quite a few 5-star reviews, so let's just see what's going on. Let's see what y'all got. Okay, so here's one. It says, "Hypothesis, maybe I really am just a lonely bitch who only find happiness in seeing fictional couples get their HEA. I'm not sure what that is." My book fell, y'all. Okay, so And the book just bent when it fell. Okay. Anyways. It said, and that's okay. Just kidding, LOL, but also definitely not, question mark. I don't know what HEA means. It says, I genuinely didn't think that I was going to enjoy this book as much as I did, especially with the obscene amount of hype it has received all over the internet. But damn, was I wrong. The Love Hypothesis melted my stone cold heart and made me experience every single human emotion possible in 385 pages so intensely that I have very few words to say about it that can be typed without keyboard smashing. If you need me, I'll be busy sitting in the corner, physically restraining myself from rereading this book and weeping over the fact that fictional love is fictional. And then she did all those types. Here's one comment. It says, if you want happiness, read this book. Okay, this one says, The Love Hypothesis is the perfect rom-com. Was it fairly predictable? Yes. Was it a riddle with tropes? Also yes. Did I love every second of reading it? Absolutely. The fake dating trope is one of my favorites, so obviously I adore this book. Olive is relatable and dorky and cute, and we love a woman in STEM, and Adam is my dream man in quite literally every single way. The book is fast-paced and engaging, witty, and unexpectedly emotional at times. I strongly recommend one if you're a fan of Spanish Love Deception, The Honeymooners, or the Emily Henry books. 5 stars all the way. Nah, don't get me wrong. I've actually learned just looking at my bookshelves and looking at all the books that I read. But pretty much I've noticed with all the books that I have on my bookshelf and the books that I love dearly to my heart, they are in fact the fake dating trope. I just like that trope, I guess. I didn't realize I liked it until I looked at my book. The girl loves her, I guess you could say, her some fake dating or marriage for convenience type thing. So I mean, I like that trope too. It's just simply this one, it was just, her friend was so freaking annoying. I did not like her friend at all. And Olive was quite annoying too. They both were annoying. And I just felt like, it's just, I would probably one day want to finish this book and read it just to see like how the hell does Olive even end up liking Adam, because baby, you just hated him because everybody else did hate him. Like, that's pretty much given. Like, you didn't really like him. To be true, like in the very beginning of it, and I stopped 137 chapter 8. Girl, from 137 back, you did not like him. You did not like that man. So I'm wondering how in the world did he get to where you liked him, even though, to be honest with you, I can't even really understand why you didn't like him, because he didn't even do nothing to you. But yeah, Alright, you guys, and the very last book that I have for you guys, I feel like I should show you guys the last book of the series, but I'm just going to show the first one just because I did read this one, and okay. The After series. Child, I tell you, I've never felt so much anger in my life reading a book until I picked up this entire series. Now let me tell y'all what had happened was, right? I picked up this series because I saw people talking about this the show, the Netflix series, and so I watched the first one and I was like, okay, it's not bad. It's not Oscar worthy or what is it, Emmy worthy type of television. Okay, it's really not. But it's not the worst thing I've ever seen in my life where I want to like cut my eyes out my head, you know. It was nothing like that. So I was like, okay, this is like, you know, had a little bit of drama, a little bit, you know, you feel me? Had a little bit of everything. When I watched the first movie, it's the movie, I'm talking about like a TV show now. The movie on Netflix, okay? So then I decided to get the book, so I realized, oh, this is a book? I don't know, when I like a show for some reason, like, I be wanting to get the book because it's like, I mean, one, I love reading, and why not? And plus I heard that the book was like had 10 times more drama than the movie, and I was like, okay, let me get the book. I have all the books in this series. Well, not all of them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 books. I think there's a 5th one, like Before. It's called Before. I don't have that. I have just literally this one, After We Collided, After We Fell, and After Ever Happy. What kind of fucking title is that? I don't know, but I have that one. And so I read this one, the second one, the third one, and then After Ever Happy, I read it and then I DNF'd it because I had enough. I had enough of the nonsense, okay? Truly, honestly, I had enough of the nonsense from this series because I thought it was going to get better eventually. That's why I kept buying. Like, the first book, it was crazy, but I didn't feel like I want to, you know, jump off a cliff yet, you know? And so I was like, okay, I'll get the second one. And I bought the second and third one together, so it was like, because it did keep me entertained. I know I'm supposed to be reading the comments, but let me just rant a little bit about this series for a second, okay? It got to a point where I was almost ecstatic when Hardin was doing fucked up shit and hurting Tessa. Because at this point, if you're going to stay with a dude who's just going to keep hurting you, at this point, I'm going to root for him. Like, how I'm supposed to root for you? You made every excuse in the book for this boy. And I'm so sick and tired. You talking about he ain't got no daddy. His daddy had left him and got a whole... Girl, I do not care. We do not care.
We do not care.
Like, she made every excuse. This man put a bet on your virginity. Showed the bloody sheets. Y'all, he showed the bloody sheets. He showed the bloody sheets. Ma'am, are you listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth? He showed your bloody sheets. Put a bet on your coochie. And you still making excuses. And that was from the first book. We got 5, 6 books of this series. This is from the first one. Why is there 6 books after this? Why? You can't explain that to me. You can't. You know you can't. Because it don't make no sense. Make it make sense. And I know what you're gonna say, girl, but you read majority. I know. First of all, drama. You want something, if you want to read something that's toxic and you just want to be like yelling at the book, read the After series. That's the only thing I would give it a good rating for. Cause bitch, it had me just cussing her out. It had me screaming. It had me punching the air. I was just in shambles. Like, as far as, again, rating it for romance, 0 out of 5 stars. Truly, honestly, there's nothing romantic about this book. And I have a feeling I'm about to see these reviews and they're going to be like, oh, it's so romantic, it's so cute, it's so sweet. If y'all think this series is romantic, I pray for you. I pray for you. Baby, you gonna need the prayer. You gonna need it, because you over here talking about this book is so romantic and so sweet. It's nothing sweet about this. It's really not. It's not. It's really not, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Alrighty. This After by Anna Todd. This has 3.71 stars. Colleen Hoover actually has a rating for this. She said, I read this book and it was great. I don't want to spoil anything, so the rest of the reviews is going to be invisible. Listen, with me already having a book on here about Colleen Hoover being like my lowest rated book and her recommending this book, then this should already tell you how bad it is, bitch. I'm just saying. Okay, it says, finished at 5 a.m. this morning. I'm fucked. This book literally fucked my life up. I'm an addict, and this series is my new drug of choice. I am obsessed. I ain't gonna cap. I can't even really, you know, come at that, because I was obsessed. Because I was just like, is it gonna, like, how worse can this get? And it got there. It went there. I think I'm gonna add in the last book too, just to see like how y'all going. Says, what the hell? I had no idea where to begin, considering that I just finished it 2 minutes ago. I was switching between laughing, crying, and I was even about to throw this book against a wall. It made me so mad at times, but now I am 100% sure this is what books should do to you. I mean, is it fun? I ain't gonna cap. Is it fun to like feel all these crazy emotions while reading books? It is. Like I said, even with November 9, it kept me entertained, even though the shit was kind of crazy. Like, I feel like ain't nothing wrong with reading these books. Ain't nothing like wrong with liking them. I think it's just all about like your perception of them to real life. You know, like if you can just read books just to read and have fun and live your life like completely opposite of what you read in it, yeah, right? Why not? Why not? But if you really out here like when you see people, especially girls, young girls, who are saying, oh my god, I want a romance like this, that when shit gets crazy. Because it's like, huh? Sweetheart? Put the book down. Okay, put the book down. That's when you gotta say put the book down. It's sad to say, you know, because you would think you don't want your child to pick up the book, but no, you need to tell them put the book down. Because this is not the one. This is not the one. This is not the one. Okay. She says, okay, then she says, going through all of the feels. And I know there are so many people who gave this book such a low rating because of all the fights in the book, but exactly that made this book so realistic, guys. Okay, now we're done for it. Realistic? Realistic? I mean, don't get me wrong. Is there probably somebody who could relate to the story? Yes, but let me tell you, if you can, bitch, call 911. You need to run. Like, you don't need to stay there. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's most likely is realistic to somebody. That don't make it right, though. Just because it's realistic, you know, it's still very much toxic. And you still very much need to leave the situation. But yeah, it could be realistic, but you definitely need to get up out of that situation, sis, fast. Call someone. Call for help. Let me tell you. Get some help. Please. Stop the madness. Like, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. There's no happily ever after. I loved how everyone had a secret and family problem. Such an amazing read. I'll definitely buy the sequel tomorrow just to bring it to LA with me because it is that good. Oh, and I had to add, I am not a fan of Harry Styles, nor do I support abusive relationships. I mean, if you have, let me say this. If you have to add that at the end of your comment to like try to like, you already know what the relationship is. She literally had to add at the very, very end, I do not support abusive relationships. Bitch. I mean, if you like this, and I mean, that's like a conflict of interest. I feel like you saying you don't support abusive relationship, but you love this book. I mean, which one is it, man? You can't have both. Because, I mean, are we really gonna sit up and act like when she was trying to get him off of fighting, I think who was trying to fight? He was trying to fight somebody, because Harden been trying to fight everybody in this freaking life. I don't even know who he was trying to fight, because he was trying to fight everybody. And he like did something to like get her off of him, and then she had fell into this like glass or something like that. Man, stop playing. I ain't playing with y'all. I ain't playing with y'all. Yeah, you guys, we came to the end. We've come to the end of me reading 5-star reviews of my 1-star reads. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you turn your notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. And yeah, if you want to see more of this, more of like my 5-star reads of low rated reviews, or me even reading 5-star reviews of my 5-star reads, or any type of, you know, combination of those on Goodreads, please let me know down in the comments down below. And with all that being said, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!